Hello YouTube, Stottle here of Stottle's Throttles, and this is my first video in a while. We have the LEGO Star Wars set 75359 332nd Ahsoka's Clone Trooper Battle Pack, and we're going to build this today for Tano Trooper Tuesday. This is the first video I've done long form in a while. I've found that the shorts have been the most effective way of putting content out there. Not that I have any particular problem with the longer form videos. They're just harder to make, take much more time. You got to edit sometimes. Whereas with a short, you could just throw it together in a couple minutes. I do intend to keep putting out content in both long and short form, especially as we get into the fall months with all the new Ahsoka sets. I would love to get all those. I'd like to get the Yavin set. Also additional other products, Amazon hauls, eBay hauls, Star Wars hauls, Lego hauls, Transformers hauls, all that kind of stuff. But this is going to be I got this from Target, by the way. So like I said, first video in a while, longer form. I've got a couple coming out this week, and then hopefully I'm just able to keep doing it from week to week. But anyway, let's get to it. I got this from Target for $19.99, and I just got to say that's a bit overpriced. A battle pack along the lines of this should be $15, no more, maybe less. You know, honestly, like, if I'm being honest about the real value of the products here, I'd say, hey, Lego, you should do battle packs for $10. You're going to sell way more. It doesn't matter if it's not like extremely expensive, but oh, inflation and all this BS. No, that's just corporate price gouging. There's no reason that this should be $19.99. I'm sorry. How much does it take to produce this? Oh yeah, probably not that much. So anyway, not to, you know, start bashing on corporations like I love to do, but you know, it's fucking true. Anyway, we're gonna bust into this. Not a bad set, but I'll be honest, if you look at the troopers, like, they look like Squidward or Squilliam, like they got like these big ass unibrows. I think that they're great troopers, and no offense to them, but like you see the line right there. That's a fucking unibrow. Like, are you fucking kidding? And the build itself is kind of an odd choice, a swamp speeder. I mean, I don't know if any of you guys saw these on Mandalore when they did Season 7 and they did the Revenge of the Sith arc, but I don't remember seeing these on Mandalore, you know. I'll be for real on that. But, you know, not like a big deal. And this mini little cannon thing, like, what is that? Like, are you kidding me? It's $20 for this? Like, come on, give me a break. But anyway, they do include this as part of the... And this is just a disconnect between corporations and fans and consumers and people in general. This is the 20th anniversary of the Clone Wars. Which Clone Wars are we talking about? Because it's... And I've talked about this in videos before. It is not the 20th anniversary of Dave Filoni's Clone Wars. It's the 20th anniversary of Tartakovsky's, or I'm not even saying it right, Clone Wars from 2003, the Clone Wars micro series. This has nothing to do with that. When is Lego the last set and only set that I'm aware of that they made that had anything to do with that 2003 Clone Wars was the Anakin Starfighter with Asajj Ventress from that specific Clone Wars. And I'll be frank, I still gotta buy that, but like, since then there has been nothing at all. It's like Lego is purposefully just unaware of anything to do with prequels and like what fans really want, I guess, most of the time. Not to, you know, be throwing hard on these hot takes, but like, for real, like, what does this have to do with the 20th anniversary of the original Clone Wars micro series that has had no new products come out, whether it's Black Series or anything? I have not seen anything new pertaining to that Clone Wars. Nothing. It doesn't make sense. It's like, can we get some 2003 Clone Wars pride, for fuck's sake? Like, come on. Not that this is bad either. You can do both, though. How many, you know, hold on. Just humor me. Humor me on this. Humor me on this. Humor me. Humor me. Humor me. Humor me. Humor. Sorry. Here's a statistic for you, and this comes from 2022. The brand value of Lego worldwide from 2015 to 2022. In 2022, the Lego brand was valued at approximately 11.8 billion US dollars. Tell me how a company with that much money and resources cannot build both this and price this at $10, I'm being for real, and have sets coming out for the 20th anniversary of Clone Wars 2003. Tell me how they can't do both. Tell me, someone please give me a valid reason that they can't do both. Oh my god, this turned into a rant video because this set is just, I feel, you know, I bought it, I couldn't help myself from getting it. I haven't seen it on discount anywhere. Tell me where the valuation on this comes from, because this is not, you know, worth $20. It's worth $10. Save $10, you know? Hell, a set like this could be $5.99 if I'm being for real. Like, make it accessible. And how much more money are you going to get? You're still going to make money because people want this stuff. So anyway, when you open up the package, you got to be careful because it's one of these finger pop. You get the instruction manual with just the, you know, on the white background with these rando bricks. Pretty standard, at least for battle packs. You get all the battle pack accessories here. Hold on just a moment here. If my computer restarts right now, I'm gonna have a freak out. Shoot, I better do that. Update, reschedule. Windows update. Yeah, we're not doing that right now. We're just going to push that off till tomorrow, okay? Cool. Awesome. Not that, you know, we can't do more than one thing, but I don't want it to interrupt the video. Freaking Windows. Okay, there we go. Okay, anyway, back to the video. Sorry about that, guys. So we got 3 baggies here. This is, of course, the trooper helmet accessories. This bag includes all the troopers and all their gear. And then you got the smaller bag here. So this should be a really short build. I'm not anticipating anything more than, you know, 15, 30 minutes at most. So we're just going to bust this all out here. We're going to open all this at once. So there seem to be 2 of them that have the jetpacks. Otherwise, they all have generally the same body, legs. So there's not too much ridiculous distinction going on here, besides just the 2 of them that get the jetpacks. And these are the general heads that they have on the troopers now. They look a little bit more like Tamora Morrison, a little bit more accurate. I can say that they do a good job with those, in my opinion. It's really the helmets where it gets into that territory of where people have just been complaining they don't like the holes on the sides. But I do kind of like that if there are, you know, helmet accessories like the ones that we have. Like, I don't mind that too much. It's really, and actually when you actually have it out of the bag, the unibrow is less visible there, that line. So it's not as bad. It looks better than the box art. Like on the box art, you can see the thickness of the line right there is just ridiculous. That's a unibrow. Whereas this, not really a unibrow. So, you know, that's a good thing. Doesn't change my valuation of what these should be worth, though, honestly. Like, I'm going to stick to that, you know, 10.99 at most, you know, for a battle pack like this, even with the traditional 15.99, whatever. Like, still kind of ridiculous. And hopefully we do see a couple of discounts go out. There's not too many Lego discounts out there right now that I've come across. Because I was looking tonight to see if I could, you know, just to see what the next week for me would look like. I'm finally in a position where I can really actually put more effort into getting Legos. Of course, there's some home improvement stuff I want to do in my room. So I'm not going to be putting all my effort into buying Legos this week. But, you know, as I go on, as I can afford to do more, which is what we're looking at here, as I'm alleviated of stress of certain personal things that are going on that have been taking up time, money, and effort. As that changes, well, we're going to be in a better territory with getting Legos, which means more videos. Of course, time-wise, I am working on my sleep schedule and shit like that, but, you know, otherwise, I should have plenty of time to continue to produce content. Like I said, and like I do include it in the description, please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. I know it's not the end of the video, but this is a fledgling channel. I am trying to make this into a way to make a living that's much less stressful than handling, you know, customer service calls, which raises your blood pressure and is stressful, and I just can't do that anymore. So I am genuinely trying to get out of doing that. I would love for Legos, doing the Lego stuff, to be how I make a living, if I'm being like completely 100% honest, because I just love this stuff. This is much less stressful than, hello, you know, how can I help you today? Like, having to serve people directly is just lousy. I'd rather serve the people by putting out content that the people like and enjoy, and doing the YouTube thing. Like, honestly. Honestly, I need a flat surface. We're getting to the point where I'm figuring out, you know, my room arrangements, so hopefully we got some good stuff going soon here. Okay, so one of these is supposed to have the long rifle, and then the two jet ones are supposed to just have the standard DC-15. And I'll be honest, if Lego does want to charge $19.99 for a battle pack, the least they could do is make updated, more realistic blasters. Like, I'll be completely freaking honest on that one. Like, that's ridiculous that they can't, you know. There's no reason to hold back, and I do eventually maybe want to get paid by Lego. But the thing about that is that if you're getting paid, you should be able to be critical, and, you know, you should be out there demanding for the best of work, if not contributing directly to it, which is my approach. Like, I would love to get paid by Lego. I would love to be on their bankroll. It doesn't mean that I shouldn't be able to be critical of how they price things and how they design things. And, you know, most of the Lego YouTubers who I know are not afraid to be critical. It's important. You know, if my blood pressure is going to be raised, it should at least be raised about something that I find myself caring about, you know, like this shit. Let's see. This is an interesting build, though. I can say that much, at least. If anything, though, it should have probably come with two of these little, you know, standing little gun turrets. Like, if you're gonna charge $19.99 for something, then it should have a like, honestly, a couple battle droids, too. It should have had a couple battle droids. There should have been more variation with the clone troopers. You know, Commander Vaughn. Where, you know, there's no Commander Vaughn as part of this. I mean, you could say theoretically that one of these troopers is Vaughn, but it doesn't directly credit them as actually being Vaughn. Like there's only one of them is supposed to have that, you know, headpiece there. Well, of course I give it to all of them. It makes them all look, you know, more official. I don't actually like these little pieces here. I always hated them. They're so flimsy. They fall off. Like, if it's going to be built in, there has to be a better way to do it. Anyhow, now on to the actual build itself. So we start with one of these dark gray 1x5s. We grab the 1x2 here, and we put that on. This is a black 1x2 piece. And then we grab another gray 1x5. Why did they just have me do that from the first place? And then we grab this gray 2x5. Or is that 6? That's 6. 2x6, sorry. Then we grab these wingy looking pieces and we put them like this, I believe. This makes sense. And, you know, comparing this also to the battle pack from a couple years ago, I think it was 2013 with the Kashyyyk Troopers. That one, honestly, was a little bit better looking aesthetically speaking. Like, if I were to pick between the two, I'd rather that they bring that back. And that was at that $15 price point, I think. And that was a better set. Overall. Like, not that this is bad. This has room for improvement, though. Like, without a doubt. Room for improvement. Then we get one of these 2x3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 2x8 black piece here, and that goes on the bottom like that. Like, the building techniques aren't bad by any merit. They're just not particularly extremely exciting, you know what I'm saying? And these little black 1x2 or 2x1. I don't even think that's a legal building technique. There ain't nothing about that that's legal. Well, whatever. We got this 2x2 gray, dark gray tile here, and we put that right there. And then these 2x1s with a little dot opening on the top, dark gray. We got the 2 chairs, and we put them on either side like that. Wait a minute. Oh, this way. Okay, yeah, I see what I'm doing. Okay. But what I do like about these new little instruction packets is that they have a little trooper just walking along. I love that. That's pretty fantastic. And it's always at least one character from the set that's just like walking, showing your progress. Next we get these thick 1x1 Technic type pieces. Put it right there. 2 of them. So where's the second one? And like, this would be a great army builder if it weren't for the price point. Like, I'll be honest. Spending $20 on a set like this is ridiculous at this day and age. People don't have the money to be throwing that, you know, that around like that. I mean, unless if you're talking about influencers and like, you know, content creators who already have, you know, made it in life. I haven't. I don't have, you know, excess money to be throwing around $20 per set like this. This is not affordable. It's just not. If you want one of them, sure, but this is supposed to be an army builder. I mean, you know, a bunch of these vehicles is not like a problem. A bunch of these troops is not a problem. You can do a lot with that. That's great. But it just, you know, should be way cheaper. As you know, and I'm saying that as I start to really consider, what I want to rank it out of 10, which, is kind of a weird system to go to, that has to be out of 10, but, it's kind of derogatory. It's kind of just completely opinion based. But I don't think I'm wrong here. Like, I don't know what you guys think on it. Please don't forget to comment below and let me know what you guys think about these sets, about this particular set. But I have a list of just gripes with it, and it all originates from that price point. It really does. And I'm sure that they will eventually, this is kind of new. I'm sure they'll eventually discount it. I'm shocked, Ahsoka's coming within the next week or two. I think it's within the next week. And honestly, there's so much room for improvement on this stuff. Like, yeah, let me check. So it's the 13th today. Ahsoka's supposed to be the 24th, so that's next week. That's next Thursday. There's no excuse for this not to be on discount right now if you want to hype up sales and hype up Ahsoka. Like, it's just bad capitalism. Like, if you're going to be a capitalist, at least be smart about it. This is not smart for this to be $20. I'm telling you guys, it's ridiculous. I was lucky that I could afford it. I've wanted it for months now. I would have much rather gotten it at $10.99, and then I would have gotten either a second one or one of the mechs, but the mechs are overpriced too. Those are $15.99. Those should be $5.99, the mechs. Or $5.99 to $10.99. Same deal. It should be, you should be able to get that much for that amount of money. And inflation is just not a good enough excuse, because all inflation means these days is corporate price gouging. There's no crisis for the elite in the world. There's no, the crisis is on us citizens. We're the ones who are suffering for the most part. A Lego set like this is $20. That's ridiculous. I'm sorry. And I don't know, what it compares to overseas or anything. Like, I don't have any of those specifics by any chance. If anybody is overseas, I know I have different viewers in different countries. And thank you guys. I love you guys. I know Brazil is one of my top countries. And I think UK, I got some UK folk. And, I am just real curious to know what you guys think about, the price of these. Like, is it the same for you guys as it is over here, which is just ridiculous, or is it a little bit cheaper? Because is this exclusive to America, just how bad they did this? It's wrong. It's just, it really does quite upset me, to a particular degree, And you're like, oh, well, you're 24, what are you doing? You're a 24-year-old and you're worrying about the price of a Lego. I mean, I was a broke kid. If I was a broke kid, I would have been less likely to get this set, and I would have wanted this set as a kid. But because of that extreme price point, I might have gotten it, but I wouldn't have felt good about it at the end of the day. I'd be like, really? They're really busting our balls over here over this ridiculous, pricing that they came up with? Like, just ridiculous price point? Come on. And this is coming from someone who loves Lego. I think it honestly hurts the brand when they, overcharge. Lego just ain't what it used to be. Like, I remember there are certain sets you used to be able to get for way cheap. And those were the days. Like, man, Like, one of the other videos I have coming out is my B-Wing build and review. And the price point on that, and this is one of the first Lego Star Wars sets from, like, 1999, 2000. was just wonderful, and they've lost track of how to really appeal to the customers like that. Like, I get, you know, like Lego Black Series or whatever, you know, like the Master Builders and the you know, higher end sets. I understand those distinctions too, and even there, I think that the pricing is just unfair across the board on a lot of these items. And what would I do? I would lower the price. If I worked at Lego, I would lower the price because that would actually serve the company much better. Like, when its price as high as this was, it does not serve the company, it does not serve the customers, and it should. It's a neat little build, you know. I don't hate it. I just would like to see it more accessible because I relate to not having money. I always did like the way that they built the engines on these swamp speeders, though. Like this is a cool, neat little build, you know. And we are just finalizing the piece here, and of course, you know, me and my little side complaints. Like, imagine being a kid and your allowance from your parents is only like $10 a month, and that does happen. And that's if you get an allowance at all. I rarely ever did. Besides like birthday money, and even then, you get, you know, like $100 worth of birthday money. How are you going to be able to effectively afford this? I mean, it's ridiculous. Like, I see no excuse for it to be as expensive as it is. I just don't. So then we have the spine here. And that goes like that. And that connects neatly there. And then here we have, I think that this is the completed swamp speeder. Do we need to do anything else here? Oh, we got all these. Let's customize it a little bit beyond the realm of the build itself here. So we can put one of those there, and we can put one of those on there. Just, you know, make sure that all these pieces aren't just floating around in the box or the baggie, right? You know? Like giving them a little bit of love. Put that there, and put that there. So no one's looking at that side of it anyway. Alright, so we do have our completed build. We'll put these back in here. And then just the rest of the manual, so it tells you how to shoot out those spring-loaded pieces, duh. And then we have just a little diagram here of all the troopers just vibing out in their little swamp speeder. Some ads for the... So I have... I'll be putting this right next to my most recent 501st Battle Pass set 75345. I still got to get the Yoda Starfighter. I never got the first one that came out a couple years ago, but they are pretty similar. If you want a highlight video on those, until I get one out, obviously, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, check out M&R's channel. He's got a pretty good video on those. Then you have these overpriced mechs, which, like I said, are pretty cool, actually. I love the idea and the concept there. And then you got, you know, all the Mando sets, which I was never able to get when I wanted to, but I do plan on getting those as well. So we're just going to finalize this here and show you guys, you know, what's going on here with these guys. So we're going to pop these guys in. This guy, they don't even need to have their guns. You could just put those right there. Piloting around their little swamp speeder, which makes no sense on a planet that doesn't really conducive to swamps, but you know, whatever. I don't, not a big deal or anything by any means, just a little bit of me being a naysayer, I guess you could say. So those are easier to put on the back. And as I put it together, I'm thinking about my final review for this. That guy has a jetpack. Why does that guy have a jetpack? Can't fit in there. Obviously, the guys with the jetpacks can't, you know, explicitly fit in the swamp speeder, but I will let this guy hold his long gun. It is kind of odd that the sniper would be sitting in the speeder, unless if you're just moving from place to place, but whatever. Alright, so there we have it. The completed Lego Star Wars Set 75359 Ahsoka Tano's Clone Trooper Battle Pack, the 332nd. And once again, these are a contingent of the 501st. I know when I did the short video that's coming out here a day ahead of time, a couple days ahead of time, I mentioned I did the hashtag 501st. But anyway, here we are. Overall, I would say it really heavily has to do with the pricing and what they could have included in the set versus what they have included in the set outright. Honestly, I'll be for real. This is a 5 out of 10 based off of the pricing, based off of what I think it should be. Complete 5 out of 10. It has great troopers. Like I said, I'm happy that, you know, they don't have the full unibrow that the case makes it seem like they have. Not that that's even misleading. That's just, you know, how it comes out sometimes. Swamp Speeder itself, kind of an odd one. I don't have a problem with the fact that it exists, but maybe there should have been 2 variants of this battle pack. So one variant could have had the Swamp Speeder. Another one, obviously we have so many walkers and things like that. I most heavily associate these guys coming in on LAATs or being within the... and they still haven't done the Y-Wing with Rex and Ahsoka yet either. I hope that that still comes out, but honestly, there should have been just another vehicle build out there. So there should have been 2 of these sets. Both of them should have been at $10.99. Maybe one of them at $15.99. One of them at $10.99. Should have included some battle droids with a little bit of variation as well, or even some of Maul's Mandalorian troopers. That would have been great. It's not the 20th anniversary of Dave Filoni's Clone Wars. So this being like one of the big, you know, this having the tag of the 20th anniversary of the 2003 Clone Wars makes 0 sense whatsoever. I will overlook that, but no, I'm not going to overlook it. It is part of the 5 out of 10 review. Like, what would a good battle pack from 2003 Clone Wars be? There are so many. There are so many good battle packs that would, you know, the attack on Coruscant. There was so much good stuff in there. Nelvon Warriors, General Grievous training with Dooku. All kinds of key things happened in that Clone Wars, and there's hardly any Lego representation. And Also, the way that they were animated, the way that it was animated, there should be, because they would make perfect Legos. But Lego doesn't want to make more money, right? Like, making more money is stupid. Let's overcharge our customers and let's limit the spectrum of what we do. And I know, there's the writer's strike, designers, strikes and things like that. And I don't presume there's one happening right now with Lego. I'm just saying, up your game. Anyway, thank you so much for tuning in, guys. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Like I always say, we are still in the fledgling territory with the shorts views. We are increasing our output, our input from customers, from fans of the channel. But just keep on, let me know what you guys think about what I put out in this video. I don't think that these are controversial takes, but if you like it, you don't like it, you agree, let's get this video up higher on the likes, because then maybe Lego will actually pay attention to what we're demanding here. Because I know I'm not the only one who has these thoughts, right? Like, I can't be. So anyway, peace out, guys. Ahsoka's coming very soon. Be looking out for that on the 24th, 23rd, 24th. And have a good one, guys. Peace out. Love you.